Engage in the perfect wholesome action. Do not commit an unwholesome action. Engage in the perfect wholesome action. Subdue one's mind. This is teaching of the Buddha. So, from subduing the mind, the positive, healthy, virtuous thought. From there, then all the happiness comes. Happiness through all the phase lives. And ultimate happiness, the liberation from oceans of samsaric suffering. And also the peerless happiness, state of omniscient mind. The sangye, total cessation of suffering, total cessation of all the mistakes, all the obscurations, total cessation of that, all the obscurations. And because that, then the total realization of omniscient mind. So, all this happiness up to state of omniscient mind all came from the positive attitude. One's own positive attitude. Virtue thought, healthy mind, subdued mind. And all the oceans of samsara suffering of pain, all the temporal pleasure, suffering of change, and pervasive compounding suffering. Chapa dujigidu, pervasive compounding suffering. The foundation from where those true other suffering rises. All these sufferings are oceans of samsara suffering, particularly the lower realm sufferings of the Narak, hell, hungry ghosts, animals, all came from the unsubdued mind. Negative thought, unhealthy mind. So, non-virtuous thought. So therefore, what is the teaching of the Buddha? Or that is subduing the mind. So, the key thing is subduing the mind. Making your mind healthy in the using ordinary terms, making practicing Dharma means making your mind ordinary terms healthy. Bringing inner happiness, peace. Practicing Dharma means that. So practicing, making your mind virtue. So subduing mind. So last night I went through the seventh Dalai Lama's quotation, one quotation, but I did not complete the last verse. What to do, practice what to do. That was left out. Kondegi chochema liba rang tokbe jebe jumala tendembar sune lubichi tendan la mashin dongmorde. So I explained the meaning last night. on through that. Kondege, Chujema, Luba. Every single Chujen having base, every single samsaric and nirvana, every single phenomena of samsara and nirvana. Kundege chujamalava. Rangto pe chebe jumala. To the illusion that is created by one's own concept. So as I mentioned last night, first, relating to the I, by thinking of the aggregates, then one's mind merely imputed I. So that's concept creating. First that one. Second, after the I is merely imputed by the mind, then next second appeared, should be appeared merely labeled by the mind. That's the reality. That's just what happened the second before. And the next second, it appeared existing from its own side. From its own side. It is existing by itself. It is truly existing. Truly existent. Number 12. So, complete total hallucination. Complete total illusion. Complete total hallucination. The I, what is merely imputed by the I, what exists as what exists mere name, merely imputed by the mind. Just as it happened but second before. But it doesn't appear that one. What appeared complete total hallucination because the negative imprint left on the mind by the past ignorance. Holding the eye, not all the ignorance, particular ignorance. That which causes your own samsara. The root of your own samsara. Oceans of the helping suffering, oceans of animal suffering, oceans of hunger cause suffering, oceans of human being suffering, oceans of sura being suffering, asura being suffering, intermediate being suffering. So this, so the root of all this suffering, your own concept, that which is your own concept, not suffering outside, not suffering, not God, not your enemy, as I mentioned last time. Your own wrong concept. So, your simply, your own wrong concept. while the I is existing mere name, merely embodied by the mind, but appeared as it existing from its own side, total hallucination, and then on top of that, the concept, believing on that, real, that's true. Oh, that one. It's very funny. It's, if you analyze what's the root of all the, what's the root of all the oceans of suffering of all the samsara, or its realm. So simply, the root is that. So there's just a concept. Just very funny. Very funny. Just one, just wrong way of thinking concept. The wrong concept, ignorance, holding the I, true, that which appeared existing from its side, and believing that's real, that's true, while it is totally empty. Existing name, because that do not exist from its own side at all. So this is it might appear as a joke or what to say. So just this subtle wrong concept. That's all. Nothing more than that. The root. There is no such thing made in a factory or something hard, rocky mountain or metal iron or something solid or like mountains or something. There is no such thing. Just there's your own wrong concept. That which causes all the oceans of suffering of each realm that we experience. That oneself experienced numberless times from beginningless rebirth. That explained by Buddha, Omniscient One, all the sufferings of each realm. All the oceans of suffering of each realm, that is explained in the teaching, in the sutra teaching, in Tantra teaching, from where the suffering birth came. From where the suffering birth came. For example, related to this life, or related to 6 realms. From where the suffering of old age came. So, from where the suffering of sicknesses, cancer, so forth, AIDS, all that, 400 nirishketashi, 424 disease rises. From where all the sickness came? From this wrong concept. And from where the death came? What causes death? Why we have to go through the death? So it's by this concept. What causes that? We haven't ceased, we haven't overcome this wrong concept, this ignorance, holding the I as truly existent. We haven't overcome this, we haven't ceased this. And this ignorance and is the action karma. We haven't ceased. So that's why, because we haven't seen the root of samsara, this ignorance, holding the I as truly existent, holding the I as real, truly existent. So therefore, we have to die. So therefore, we experience death. And therefore we experience cycle of death and rebirth, and all the sufferings in the realm, all like that. So, so all the human being sufferings, besides the suffering of rebirth, old age, sickness, death, then suffering meeting the undesirable objects. Meeting the undesirable objects, people, non-living things, meeting the undesirable objects, and you suffer. The separating from desirable object, you suffer. Then even you found the desirable object but could not get satisfaction, they suffer. Then the 5 types of suffering of aggregates, all like that. So 8 explain 6 or 8 the human life sufferings, 8, all like that. So all that. So we experience the 6 realms, including intermediate stage, 7, all those oceans of samsara, all those oceans of suffering of each realm, we experience numberless times from beginningless rebirth. We experience numberless times. Because so far we haven't eradicated, eliminated this wrong concept, root of samsara. This concept, holding the I, is real, truly existent, is real, while it's empty. Our existing from the side. Yeah. So, I mentioned last night, but also if we do not realize emptiness, the heart of the general teaching of Buddha, 8,000, all that comes in the Hinana teaching, Mahayana Paramedayana teaching Sutra, Mahayana teaching Tantra, all comes in three levels, three categories. As the sentient beings have different level of mind. So Buddha gave three levels of teachings. So all that embodied into lam-rim by Lama Atisha. In the graduate lam-rim, the graduate path to enlightenment by Lama Atisha, integrated all those teachings into lam-rim, the graduate path to enlightenment in Tibet. By writing the text, Lama the path to enlightenment, church, Changju Lamji Drama, the Lama the path to enlightenment, by writing that, by composing that. So now all that teaching comes, all the lam-rim teaching, which is the graduate part of the lower capable, middle capable, higher capable. All that lam-rim comes into the essence. Lam-yi Zopa numbers the three principal aspects of the path to enlightenment: renunciation, bodhicitta, emptiness. Lama Tsongkhapa tradition are three: renunciation, bodhicitta, emptiness. So without renunciation, without renunciation, then one can't achieve liberation. Without bodhicitta, can't achieve the state of omniscient mind, full enlightenment for sentient beings. Sentient can't liberate numberless sentient beings from the oceans of samsara suffering and bring them in the state of omniscient mind. Can't do that by yourself. That can't do that. Without emptiness, then there is no remedy directly to eliminate the root of samsara. Then without practice, without realization, without practice of emptiness, then whatever you practice does not become method to be free from samsara. Does not become. Does not become method to be free from samsara. So that's only by realizing emptiness, Tongpa emptiness only, and then we can eliminate root of samsara, the ignorance holding the eye as truly existence. Holding the I as truly existent, while it's empty, while it's existing in mere name. Holding the aggregates, base of the I, aggregates, truly existent, while believing that as appeared, real one, truly existent, while the reality is the empty, do not exist at all from its own side. So, so the from essence of the whole entire Buddha Dharma, So renunciation Buddha is the right view. So the right view. So without realizing that view, one can't abandon or eliminate the root of samsara, the ignorance, or holding the I guess, as truly existent. One can't eliminate. So, therefore, impossible to make yourself free, to be free from the samsara, from the oceans of suffering of samsara. So, if you don't realize emptiness in this life, if you don't get the test, if you don't get realize emptiness in life, then then we will be under the control of our ignorance. This ignorance holding the I guess, as truly existent, will be under the control of this ignorance and karma, is the action karma. So, we not only will experience suffering of samsara from beginningless time, but we will be suffering endlessly. We will be experiencing oceans of samsara suffering endlessly. So there's no more. There's really if you take everything carefully, there's no more greater frightening than this. So endlessly, we don't realize emptiness life. In this life, if something doesn't happen, then we won't be able to eliminate samsara ignorance. So we will be suffering endlessly, and we'll be suffering endlessly. Reincarnate in samsara, suffer, and then die and suffer. Reincarnate again, and suffer and die. So endlessly we suffer in samsara. So all the sufferings which we experienced already numberless times. So the cancer or AIDS or whatever. The one sickness is become when you get that. If the doctor says you have cancer or you have this and that, mind get freaked out. Can't stand. The mind get freaked out. But compared oceans of samsara suffering, its real suffering, it is nothing. It is like a suffering of human realm, just like an atom. So just like one atom of this body, kind of like that, But when you don't know, then it becomes so huge problem in the life, Even one thing is like mountain, huge. The mental exaggerates. So like that, when you don't know, then you are unbelievable. Your mind make you suffer. Your wrong concept make you suffer. Other than that. so the so that's the in the world, people, human beings, of course, animal cannot think because they don't have human body, don't have human body. So as a human brain is more sophisticated, more can think more sophisticated than animal. So among the animals, so they are different levels. But the human brain, generally speaking, human brain is the more sophisticated thinking. So to realize emptiness, renunciation to samsara, detachment to samsara, bodhicitta, love and kindness, compassion to every sentient being, on that basis, then general bodhicitta thought to achieve enlightenment for sentient beings. Then realization, the realization, the emptiness. So that is something. That is something on the human body. You see, it's something that on the human body, can be actualized. You see, well, received human body, the human brain. Well, that's convest, and human brain so can realize. Opportunity. So so the thing. So most human beings in the world, most of the human beings in the world, they have no understanding of Dharma. No understanding of Dharma. The the Hinayana teaching, Paramatana teaching, then Mahayana Tantra teaching, or lam-rim, and the condensed lam-rim teaching, and the essence of the three principal aspects of the aspect of the path to enlightenment. So no understanding. Most human beings in the world, no understanding. So even one have very high scientific knowledge, very high degree, this and that, psychology, this and that, and got the degree in in most famous university, Harvard University or Oxford University or whatever else. However, but the understanding of essence of Buddhism, the like three very important, the renunciation, bodhicitta, emptiness. Doesn't mean because very high psychology or scientist or whatever, even you got very high degree in those famous university, whatever, only those who study Buddhism, but only those who study Mahayana teaching, special Mahayana teaching, on the side. they learn this. Learn this and the opportunity to actualize. So extremely rare who has understanding and who practice and actualize. And who actualize is so rare. So needs a lot of merit, unbelievable merit to actualize this. Also, to practice, to actualize. So like that. So the finished quotation. Rangtoba Jumala, second, to the illusion created by one's own concept. The second translation. The third verse, second verse translation that. Third verse, Tondambar Shen Luich by grasping, by holding as truly existent. Tondambar Shen Luich by holding, grasping or holding as truly existent, real, then Luich means cheat you, deceive you, or as I mentioned last time, deceive from this morning, deceive from birth time, deceive you. Your this concept, the ignorance, totally cheat you from the birth time, from the past life, or then from beginningless rebirth. From beginningless rebirth. This, so the root of samsara, continuation of root of samsara has no beginning. So last night some asked question. Yeah. Asked a question last night about beginningless. So the root of samsara, this ignorance. So this ignorance, for example, this second ignorance come from the second before. This our ignorance came from continuation from the previous hour, and today's ignorance came from the yesterday's ignorance. So this life ignorance, continuation of how it happened, continuation of previous life. So like that, this ignorance, continuation from beginningless rebirth. Beginningless rebirth. So far, why we still have to die? Why we still have to be reborn? Why we still have to get sick? Why we still have to experience all the ages? All that thing. because we haven't we haven't removed the the wrong concept, the ignorance, holding the eyes real, the aggregate is real, while it's empty, do not exist at all from its own side, totally empty. while it is existing, it's empty, existing from its side. While it's empty, it is existing in man. So totally, they can't separate emptiness and existence, unified. So, so that's why we still were not free from the oceans of suffering and samsara. That because we haven't overcome, abandoned or eliminated this wrong concept, and that's because we haven't realized the emptiness. We haven't realized the emptiness, and so if you haven't realized emptiness, then nothing. Even a bodhicitta, you have a renunciation of samsara, treatable, bodhicitta, treatable, but if you don't have realization of emptiness, then nothing directly ceases the root of samsara. There's nothing that which can directly cease root of samsara. So there's nothing. So and then from that then we do the three high training. Higher training of morality, higher training of concentration, higher training of the wisdom. Then higher training of the wisdom. Higher training means having refuge, on the basis of refuge. Then higher training of wisdom. The analyzing emptiness, seeing emptiness on the basis of samatha. That then able to drive the rapturous ecstasy. Through that, able to drive the rapturous ecstasy of the mind, mind and body, so like that. On the basis of that, then you achieve the direct perception of emptiness. Wisdom directly seeing emptiness. Or then, if you achieve that, then that can cease the different level of delusions. And then you can see the seed of delusion. You can seize the seed of delusions. Delusion, karma is the cause of suffering, true cause of suffering. So only then you can seize the seed of delusion. By seizing the seed of delusion, then you can seize the karma. So that's how then you can achieve it. That's how then you can be totally free forever, not just temporarily become free from suffering, then again degenerate, not like that. So it's one time. So the Dharma practice, actualizing path to nirvana, to liberation from samsara, just one time. Just one time. So the unbelievable, most unbelievable worthwhile. It's one time. You don't have to repeat it all again. So samsara pleasure, this life pleasure, samsara pleasure. We have been trying this life pleasure, samsara pleasure. We have been trying from beginningless rebirth. Not only try this life pleasure of music, pleasure of drugs, pleasure of pleasure of any pleasure of this life, any pleasure of samsara. The pleasure of drink alcohol, and the pleasure of the sex or any other thing. So this life pleasure something. We've been trying from beginningless rebirth. We've been trying again, from beginningless rebirth, numberless times we tried. So there's no end. So the Dharma practice, just one time. Actualizing realization is one time. Achieving Nirvana is just one time. Achieving enlightenment is just one time. So no matter how difficult it is, but it's extremely worthwhile So one time you are free from samsara, that's it. There's no to try again, like that. So the Tandambarashin, Luigi, translation of the third verse. Tandambarashin, Luigi. So by holding real, by holding absolute, Tandambar, by holding real, truly existing. Then Chidio. So from beginningless rebirth, Chidio. Your concept, your ignorance, holding I, it's real. Chidio made you suffer the experience of the experience oceans of samsara suffering from beginningless rebirth. So, therefore, Tandamla Mashin Tomote. That tells what to do. Tandamla Mashin Tomote. Tandamla Mashin is don't think it, don't believe it's real. They appeared wrong way, real, truly existed from inside. Appeared wrong way, so action object. So the example, I. So not Tandala machine. Don't hold on. Don't grasp real. Don't grasp real. Appear real, but don't grasp real. Look at the empty. Look at it. Look at it empty. Look at the empty as it is empty. So that last verse shows remedy, the practice, the remedy. To stop the continual suffering of samsara, which has no beginning, then to end, to stop, to cease. So in other words, to stop rebirth, suffering rebirth, to stop old age, to stop sickness, to stop the death, to stop your death. So I have to think, must relate like that. That makes sense. So why so important to meditate, to understand the emptiness, to learn about emptiness, to listen, to reflect, to meditate. So We're going to talk.
I mentioned to you we will finish the teaching at 8:30. 8:30.
Okay.
So
I mentioned a few words. So you can see Dharma is not just custom or fashion or custom or some people who don't know what some people who don't know what Dharma is, then think it might be fashion or maybe custom or Tibetan custom or something, so some people might think like that who don't know Dharma. What Dharma is, fashion or Tibetan fashion or the kind of custom or something like that. It's really, as I explained the other night, really in the life, more important than food, more important than clothing, more important than place, more important than money, more important than job. So all those things came from Dharma, came from the marriage, good karma, all came from the holy Dharma. Holy Dharma. Then somebody might think of prayer or prayer or reciting mantras. Come from your positive mind, come from your subdued mind, come from your positive mind, healthy mind, virtue thought, all like that. So money came from Dharma, job came from Dharma. So come from the marriage. Your virtue thought, so that is Dharma, your virtue thought, your subdued mind, your good heart. All like this. Yeah. So I just mentioned a few verses. Yeah. So, as Fifth Dalai Lama mentioned, so the so don't cling to the machine. Don't grasp up a real, absolute, tandam, absolute. As they appear as the the samsara nirvana phenomena appear as true existence, as real. Don't cling, don't grasp as real, absolute. And look at it empty. Oh, that's the meditation. That's the antidote meditation. So, of course, if one has realization realization of emptiness, or special direct perception of emptiness, no question. But of course, no question. But even meditating, even meditating day and night, what one does, what one reflecting, listening, teaching, reflecting, meditation practice. What one is eating, walking, sitting, sleeping, doing job, whatever one does. But you see, at the same time, mind is a meditation. mind is mind. You see, no belief. Or no belief. Oh, this is real. Even though appear real, but from your side, not believing real. Like you are dreaming, but you recognize the dream is dream, not believing real. While you're dreaming, you recognize it's a dream. You don't look at it. You don't believe it's real. You look at the dream. You look at it. You look at it. Dream as it is dream. So your mind is in great peace, happiness. While you are doing meditation practice, even in the dream. So even the dream, so no anger, no attachment, no ignorance, no jealous mind. All this delusion does not rise because even though they appear real, but you don't believe. You recognize that this is dream. You're looking at the dream that was dream. So doesn't rise this the delusions, the confusion mind, the suffering doesn't rise. Whatever you dream doesn't affect the mind. It doesn't make you suffer. Because not rising ignorance, anger, attachment, so forth, delusions. So, mind is completely controlled in great peace, happiness. So, only the virtue thought rises, no non-virtue thought. So anyway. So it is great fortunate. Causing to achieve liberation from samsara, and then with the bodhicitta, and then causing to achieve enlightenment. Like that. Zopa Sangye. Sangye eliminated all the mistakes. Je, then the full realization. Sangye. So with the bodhicitta kosa. So the Tondano Master don't grasp up, don't hold on the absolute real, don't hold on the real. Look at it empty. Tondano Master. So one thing is so one meditation is so then you see, all about listening, meditate, reflecting, meditation, eating, walking, sitting, sleeping, doing job, whatever. As I mentioned, soccer, playing soccer, with the emptiness, with the meditation emptiness, with the realization emptiness, with the meditation emptiness. Then becomes playing soccer doesn't become cause of samsara. It becomes the remedy of samsara, to be free from samsara. Like that. So while you're eating, if you are if you realize emptiness or the meditation emptiness, then your eating becomes remedy to the samsara. It doesn't become cause samsara, it becomes remedy to samsara. It eliminates the ignorance, root of samsara. So, it becomes cause to achieve liberation. You are eating. So, like that. So, you are not only meditation, but the eating, walking, sitting, sleeping, doing job, business, whatever, if it's done with the bodhicitta, everything becomes cause for enlightenment. Everything becomes cause for enlightenment. If everything is done, not only meditation, if everything is done with the renunciation, renouncing samsara, detachment from samsara, renunciation, with the total renunciation, renounce samsara, then everything becomes cause of liberation. Even doing business, even eating, walking, sleeping, everything, doing job, everything becomes cause to liberation. Everything becomes dharma. Everything becomes pure dharma, cause of liberation. So if it's done with bodhicitta, everything becomes cause of enlightenment. Dharma, most among the dharma, best dharma, cause of enlightenment. Everything. If it's done with bodhicitta. Even no question realization bodhicitta, but even with their effortful bodhicitta, motivation. So same thing with emptiness. So like that. So this way, your life, so this way, Dharma doesn't mean only praying, or only reading text, or only meditating by closing eye, or like this, or like this, or whatever. Doesn't mean that many people think like that. Dharma means only meditation, or only saying prayer, or something like that. So they, you might have heard many times, but I want to mention this. So Jawad Dondamba is the Lama Adisha's translator in Tibet. Lama Adisha came from Nalanda, India, Nalanda, where there were 300 pandits, great holy beings. Not just only scholar, but great holy beings, attained path, great holy beings. So Lama Adisha was invited from Nalanda to make the Buddhism in Tibet pure. Sutta Tangdra pure. So Dromdamba was Sanskrit or Lama Disha. Dromdamba is Tibetan. So Jawa Dromdamba is generic. So the long lineage of his own is generic. So that's the lineage, our lineage. His own is incarnation of that. So Jawa Dromdamba. So Jawa Dromdamba was working in the Rajing monastery, Rajing forest, working in the forest. And so there was an old man, there was an old man sitting. That old man, he was reading text. Then Jawa Dromdamba asked, "What are you doing?" "I'm reading text." What is it? I'm practicing Dharma. I think he meant I'm practicing Dharma. No, I'm reading text. I'm reading text. Then Jawa Dromdamba said, it's good that you are reading text, but it isn't better to practice Dharma. So the old man thought. Then one day again met the Jawa Dromdamba. The old man changed his action from reading text into meditation. So he stopped reading text. He was meditating. He was meditating. And then Jawa Dromdamba said, "What are you doing?" "I'm meditating." "It's good that you are meditating, but it isn't better to practice Dharma. But it isn't better to practice Dharma." Then the old man thought, "Oh, what does he mean by practice Dharma? Maybe going around the temple, circumambling the temple, maybe that's practicing, or it means practicing Dharma." So he assumed that, and he stopped meditating. He went to go around the temple. He went around the temple. Then one day, again, Jawa Dromdamba was walking in the forest. I asked, "What are you doing?" He said, I'm walking the circumambling in the temple." "It's good that you are circumambling in the temple, but it isn't better to practice Dharma." Then only after 3 times, then only the older man asked, "What do you mean by practicing Dharma?" He didn't ask. You could ask at the very beginning, but he didn't. So he tried all these things. Jawa Dromdamba asked him, "Practice Dharma, but this is good, but isn't better to practice Dharma." Then finally he didn't know what practice Dharma Jawa Dromdamba is saying, so he asked Jawa Dromdamba, "What do you mean by practice Dharma?" Then Jawa Dromdamba said, "Renounce this life. Renounce this life." So this means that means have to understand. Doesn't mean to become beggar, give up everything and become beggar. Give up everything and live with a naked body. Doesn't mean that. Live with no dress. But of course you can't live. You can't live with this. You can't just live with the skeleton without flesh and skins. They're joking. But so practicing Dharma, give up this life. He said, give up this life. Give up this life. That means I have to understand what it means. That means attachment. particularly give up the attachment to this life. So from the attachment to this life, from there, all the problem comes. All the problem that 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 we go through. So many problems comes from that, from the attachment to this life. So many problems. You know. The Kaza. Even the pleasure, comfort, pleasure, even one receive pleasure, there's attachment to that. So as from that problem rises. Just having attachment, and that is the problem. Not there is no satisfaction, there is no happiness, inner happiness in the life. There is no satisfaction. So there is attachment to the pleasure, comfort, so that's the problem. Dissatisfaction. Jide chenpa nyeta ma nyeta dada mende jide chojibu. The Nagarjuna explained these 8 things, 8 worldly concern, 8 worldly things, and to equalize this, not receiving and receiving these 4 things and not receiving these 4, equalize to your own mind. So that nothing bothers you. So then brings great inner happiness, peace, unbelievable peace, great inner happiness. When you these 2 things, receive 4 things, not receive 4, equalize to one's mind. So then not receiving comfort, pleasure, then dislike. Other one like the attachment, this one dislike, then the rise anger, so that's dislike, aversion. So dislike, like, then there's then then you see somebody prays to you, the attachment, there's attachment, killing a mind, looking, not, doesn't have free mind, doesn't have free mind, doesn't have a peaceful, satisfied free mind, but it's clean attachment. Then not receiving the complaint, receiving not praise, and not receiving praise, and then worry, and not receiving praise, not receiving praise, complain, worry, not receiving praise, then worry, dislike, dislike and like, so both are problem. Then the reputation that many people talk about, praise you. Many people talk about nice thing, but reputation. So, so there is a attachment. There's a grasping mind attachment to that, and then because there's a grasping mind in Nyimbo, you know, the famous, the Nyimbo, many people talk interesting, good thing about you, interesting. So you have attachment to that. So as we have attachment that, so there's a dislike, aversion, dislike, aversion, anger, rashes, when there's no interest in, when there's no interest in, then there's aversion, dislike. You don't like that. Your mind is not happy. So dislike, anger. Then somebody give you a birthday present, or somebody give you a present. There's a because there's no satisfaction. There's no inner happiness, peaceful mind. Inner happiness, peaceful mind, satisfaction. There's attachment. Look, there's attachment to that. There's no satisfaction. There's dissatisfaction. There's attachment. Then somebody not giving present. There's dislike. Dislike, aversion. There's aversion. Dislike. Mind is not happy. Aversion. Not like. So, not like when there's no comfort, aversion, anger, dislike. When there's no not present, criticizing, there's dislike, aversion, dislike. Then when people don't talk nice thing about you, interesting, aversion, there's dislike. Because there's attachment, in many people talking good things about praise, there's attachment. So because there's attachment, there's aversion. When there's no interest in, many people don't talk interest in, then aversion, dislike that. Because there's an attachment, people giving present, there's attachment, so not giving birthday present or not giving present, people not making offering, not giving present, dislike, aversion. So there's four things not happening. You have aversion, you have dislike mind. Dislike mind because you have attachment to the four things: comfort, giving material, talking many people talking interesting good things, people praising, person praising you, the attachment. So these four objects, you have a grasping mind, attachment, clinging, want to have that. So when it is not happening, so the opposite not happening, happen the opposite, then there's aversion, dislike. So both are suffering. Both are, this one bring it doesn't bring peaceful mind, doesn't give satisfaction, dissatisfaction. So that's one major suffering, dissatisfaction. So not calm, not peaceful mind. So the name of the delusion name of the delusion, Nyomangba, in Tibetan language, Nyomangba. A meaning of delusion, Lamba mentioned, explained by Lama Tsongkhapa in Lama Chemo. Semju Mashiva Chibi, Chelichandala, Nyomangba says, that which makes the mind not peaceful, that which makes mind, that which makes the mind, mental condition not peaceful. So that which causes the mental condition not peaceful, which are that action, or that is the meaning of delusion. Nyomangba. So this attachment, what it does to you, instead of bringing satisfaction, bringing peace, bringing inner peace, happiness, brings the dissatisfaction, the unpeacefulness. Nyamangba. So like this. Then, because there's attachment in those four things, you haven't given up. You haven't let go. The attachment is four things. So these four things, four opposite things. Then you have aversion, anger. When it happens, aversion, anger, dislike, thought rises. All like that. So both are suffering. Both life is suffering. So so that's why I call it eight-worldly concern. There's four. There's opposite. The four desirable objects, four non-desirable objects. Opposite. Four desirable objects, and four undesirable objects. So what it will concern. So anyway, so there's an example, basic example. If give up this life means give up the attachment, grasping, clinging this life. So now you can get some idea from the attachment to this life. Then that's why it becomes the basis of so many problems. Like the root of tree, not just one. Many roots get spread so much. All the like problems of that, another problem, come another problem. So like that. So this attachment is so that's the root, the basis. Right? From that, so many problems comes. So like that. So that and then what doesn't allow even you do listening, teaching, reflecting, meditation, even you go in a solitude place on Himalayan mountains, solitude place in the cave. Even you live for 100 years in the cave, meet nobody, eat no food, don't eat food. If you meditate like that, but if the attachment is cling, if the attachment and clinging to this life is not renounced, then you meditate for 100 years in the cave without eating, sleeping, even you meditate for 100 years in the cave not meeting anybody, does not become Dharma. it doesn't become Dharma, or that 100 years of meditation does not become Dharma. It becomes cause of lower realm. Even that person, even the person meditated for 100, not eating food, not sleeping, not meeting anybody, 100 years he meditated, or he was silent, or practiced tantra, even practiced tantra, but attachment, this life, not renounced. Oh, you practice tantra with the attachment to this life. Oh, then the tantra, what he practice, does not become dharma, does not become holy dharma. It becomes old dharma. It becomes cause of attachment. This life, it becomes old dharma. It becomes cause of the lower realms, cause to reborn and the hell, hunger cause animal. Even you practice tantra, but without renounce the attachment to this life. So, if it's done, if it's a practicing tantra is done with the attachment to this life, then it becomes cause, the danger, it becomes cause of the lower realm. To be reborn, lower realms. It does not become holy dharma. Does not become even holy dharma. So, like that. So, somebody who 100 years live in the cave, Himalayan mountains, not seeing anybody, not talking to anybody, not eating, not sleeping, meditating in the cave, but not renounce attachment. With the attachment to this life, and then didn't become, all that meditation did not become a holy dharma. Didn't become holy dharma, become worldly dharma. Worldly dharma, cause of lower realm, cause of the natural ranking in the lower realm. So all the action become non-virtue. All the action, not eating, not sleeping, meditating, being silent, all become non-virtue. For example, somebody do that, hoping if I live like this in the cave, then everybody in the country, valley, everybody will talk about me. Oh, this great yogi, or great meditator, or great holy being. The people will talk to me like that. Mind is looking for mind is the attachment, looking for reputation of this life. So that did not become dharma, holy, did not become holy dharma, it became old dharma. Jiten Choe, so it was the concept. So like that. So now, so like this. Like this. Today, you can train the mind like this. Today, we'll get everything as empty. Train the mind from this morning until night, looking at everything empty. Whether you are in the house, whether you are outside, whether you're going to shopping, whatever you're doing, whatever job you're doing. So, mind is the meditation. Whatever job you're doing, but constantly the mind is kept in meditation. Whether you're going to shopping, or whether you're going to sightseeing, or anything. Whether you're cooking, whether you're sweeping, secretary, or driving, or anything, but the mind is constantly meditation. So, looking at everything empty, as Seventh Dalai Lama mentioned. So the I in the eye that the real one appeared, in the reality doesn't exist, empty. So whatever action you're doing, sleeping, cooking, writing, talking, meeting, whatever you do, again appears a real one. Again appears a real one. So that real one is hallucination. So empty. Object, you're walking on the road, hard road, real road, truly existing road, existing from inside. So that's the projection of ignorance. So hallucination. So that's empty. It's empty. So you're doing shopping, you are empty, and the money, when you pay money, appears real money, but there's a projection of your ignorance. Oh, there's no such thing, empty. So the person who is paying money appears real. Appears real. That's the hallucination. That's again hallucination. So not that. What exists is what exists main name. That is. So the real world is not there. Empty. So like that. And the shops also appear real when you get real. So the object, the appearance, projection of your ignorance. So that's hallucination. That's not there. Empty. So what exists is what exists main name. Not more than that. Little bit more than that is hallucination. Not just middle level about the mind, not just main name, but something slight more than that. Oh, that is what is empty. A Prasangika's view, Madhyamika school, Prasangika's view, or emptiness, or that is Tongbani, Shunyata. Not main name, but something a little bit more than that. Something a little bit more than that means existing from inside. There's something existing. There's something from inside. Or that extremely subtle one. Or that is what Prasangika is emptiness. What Guru Shakyamuni Buddha realized, he got liberated from samsara and achieved enlightenment, reveal us that subtle emptiness with the meaning of dependent arising. Dependent arising in the meaning of that subtle emptiness. So that Prasangika's view, so subtle emptiness. What means that? So not agreed view existing main name, but something additional, something from its own side. Oh, that is what to be gaksha. That is the object to be reputed. That is the gaksha. That is what you realize. Empty, totally empty. Oh, that is the person gives view emptiness. So that is not emptiness of Shunyata or Uma Rangjuva, the Sawatangdrika. That is not the mind-only school, Samdamba, mind-only school, 그래서 Sanskrit. The mind is not the mind only school view. That is not the Dodeba, Chedameva, Swatandrika or Babashika school view. Not that. That's so subtle, so subtle. That person is view. Unless you realize that subtle emptiness, otherwise nothing can, no other school view emptiness cannot cut the root of samsara, the ignorance. The ignorance is also a very subtle one. So the agreed, the eye is labeled by the mind, yes, but the eye, you see, is labeled by the mind, but not merely labeled by the mind. There's something existing from inside. Something from inside. Oh, that concept is the root of samsara. Oh, that concept. Oh, you have to realize like that. It's very subtle. The ignorance, the particular ignorance, all like that. So, as I gave example before, how to practice emptiness meditation. If you realize, of course, but like that. For example, for example, you're going for a walk. You're going to walk up to some place and come back to the room. So you use that for meditation. Looking at everything's empty. You use that meditation, that walking, going there, coming. You can go there by looking at everything empty, as I explained before. And then you can come back. Meditation on the emptiness, but looking at everything as a dependent arising. The subtle dependent arising. So how everything exists, I, the middle labeled one, doing the action, middle labeled, on the middle labeled road. So everything like that, I, the middle labeled one, talking, middle labeled talking to the middle labeled person. So everything, when you come back, there's a meditation is same, emptiness, come to the same point. When you want the emptiness, when you come back, dependent rising, same thing, but it's very effective. Then change the meditation, dependent rising, even though it comes to the same point, emptiness. Like that, everything what happens, I action or just so constantly your mind in meditation, middle level I, middle level action, this is middle level object, this is so constantly coming back to home like that. So middle level, when you think of middle level, which they exist in middle in main name, so that means nothing of those exists from inside. Nothing of this, I action of nothing of this phenomenon do not exist at all from its outside. So come to the same point. One day practice mindfulness and meditation. From your one day meal labeled. Everything is dependent arising, the subtle one, no gross one, subtle one. So everything, you see, you meditate in the subtle dependent arising, saying everything the meal labeled, awareness, mindfulness in that. So that is a very good one, coming to the same point. Nothing exists from its own side. So like that. Or you go for shopping and come back to the room. So you use your meditation for practicing emptiness. Or you can do that also with the bodhicitta. You can do that with the renunciation. All that time going to shop and coming back. Or you're going for scenery. You're going for scenery to look at something, then coming back. You can use that with the renunciation. You can use that bodhicitta. You can do that with the bodhicitta. You can do that with the right view. As I explained, as I gave idea now. Then the another meditation, whatever job you're doing, whatever job you're doing, so you are cleaning, cooking, secretary, driving car, whatever activity you're doing, but mind constantly in meditation. So one day he said, I realize that appears to you, projection of the your ignorance, action, object, real object. So in the real kitchen, real cook, real kitchen, real food, real paper, real writing. So one day, what I'm saying is one day, your mindfulness is on hallucination. You are real hallucination, real action hallucination, real object hallucination. They are even secretary in the real writing, hallucination. Real secretary with not the realizing, not the real paper, real truly existent, not the middle level, but mind exists from inside, exists from object side. So all that, whatever you're doing, sweeping or cooking, whatever. So there, you see, your mindfulness on hallucination. Everything is existing from its own side. Or hallucination. Like you are dreaming, and at the same time you recognize you're looking at the dream as dream. So like that in the daytime. So wherever you're going, trekking, pilgrimage, whatever action, job you do, I realize real action, real object always changes. So you practice the mindfulness, hallucination. Looking at the hallucination as they are hallucination. Looking at them hallucination as they are hallucination. Looking at them hallucination as they are hallucination. So whole your life, looking at the hallucination, that which is the hallucination. So that's mindfulness. So the attachment, anger, all those problems, worries, all those delusions do not arise. I'm a great, and the mind is so peaceful happiness, great happiness. There's no problem. Yeah.
So, Rinpoche, thank you very much for kindly and patiently explaining and enlightening us on what is Dharma and what is non-Dharma practice, and then also how to apply the three principles of the path, renunciation, bodhicitta, and especially meditation or emptiness in our daily life. Thank you very much, Rinpoche. And now we will take a break, tea plus dinner until 9 o'clock. And then after that, Rinpoche will be joining us to do Guru Puja together. So we are very honored because this is the first time that we have Rinpoche together with Choe doing this Guru Puja together. So I encourage everybody to please attend. Rinpoche, is it okay if we bless the food? We do the first, we bless the food and the tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please turn to page 207 in the prayer book. We recite the verse to bless the food. 207. Okay, we first recite in Tibetan and then after that English. Om 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 Lama Sangye Lama Choe Lama The Guru is Buddha, the Guru is Lama, the Guru is Sangha also. The Guru is the creator of all happiness. To all Gurus I make this offering.
They're offering prayers as a Guru, but I'm not Buddha. I must tell you. I must clarify to you, not Buddha. Even the prayer, yes, my Guru is yes, but
to all of us here, your disciples, you are the Buddha.
what?
The disciples like us.
That's what I'm telling. I'm clarifying. Thank you.
So yeah, please, we are accordingly invited upstairs. So please come back by 9 o'clock, okay?